Hey everybody, it's Mike and Denise. I am Mike Young, lifestyle nutritionist with Forever Young Nutrition Coaching, and we are doing our review and comment on the plant-based news. But we're getting on the greenway. Make sure I'm not cutting off a biker. Review and comment on the plant-based news. We're also getting our daily aerobic exercise in. We've been walking. We also went out and ordered a meal, whole food plant-based, no sugar, oil, or salt added. And now we're gonna give you some news that kind of relates to this whole lifestyle. Denise is gonna read an article that we picked out. And actually we made it stop when we cross over this bridge. I may interrupt with a commercial interruption while we go over the bridge, but you can start, go ahead.
So this is from aPlantBasedDiet.org. The article is Plant-Based Diet Lowers Risk of Fatal Prostate Cancer by 19%, study suggests.
19.
This is from September
That was a song
16th.
in the 80s. 19, you guys remember that?
19.
The one-hit wonder?
Yeah,
It was actually not about a good subject, but anyway, go ahead.
it was about war.
Yeah.
So a new study suggests that embracing a plant-based diet can reduce the likelihood of being diagnosed with life-ending prostate cancer. The research was published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. It concludes that consuming vegan food could lower the risk of developing prostate cancer overall. The study points to both the antioxidant and anti-inflammatory elements of fruits and vegetables as a key, not only to reducing prostate cancer risk, but preventing prostate enlargement as well. The latter is a benign condition that can impact the urinary tract of sufferers.
Okay, so antioxidants, I'm wondering if I don't think the article talks about this, but the difference between raw foods and cooked foods, but I'm sure it doesn't get into that, but just an item, that's a note there, that's it to consider.
In addition to having less chance of being diagnosed, those eating a plant-based diet were shown to have a 19% lower risk of dying from the condition if found to have it.
Okay.
So the study is entitled Association of Plant-Based Diet Index with Prostate Cancer Risk. Researchers followed 47,239 men over a period of 28 years. During this time,
That's a long time.
6,655 were diagnosed with prostate cancer. This broke down to 515 advanced cases, 956 lethal diagnosis, and 806 deaths.
Okay, hold on, let's take a break here. We're crossing over the bridge. It's gonna hear a lot of cars. Let's go as fast as we can. In the meantime, during this break, I wanna show you, I got my shopping bags. We're out here doing our grocery shopping with our purposeful exercise. We're actually walking to pick up our groceries, and I'm of course carrying all the load. So I need to build up my muscles more than anybody else. I'm getting strength training. In addition to that, we're getting our vitamin D. Even though it's at sunset here, it's sunsetting, we are still getting our vitamin D, right, Denise?
Yes.
It's filtered, it's less intense, but you're still getting it. That's why you want to get it. I talk about all this stuff in my free book, Live to 150 at liveto150.org. Check it out. It's free, 150 chapters. Post all about health optimization and longevity habits. Okay, so our commercial break is over. We're done with the bridge. Go ahead.
Patients who ate higher levels of plant-based foods were found to be significantly less at risk of a serious case, though fewer than 1% of the participants followed a strict vegan diet.
Fewer than 1%? What? Wait,
Anyone in the 1% ended up with prostate cancer.
Okay,
they
but
didn't say they didn't.
All right, but what's more amazing to me is that fewer than 1% followed a vegan diet, yet people who ate more fruits and vegetables, right, in this study got a 20% lower risk of dying, and it was only 1%.
Yeah, so imagine if you were strict.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, like imagine if I did a fully whole food plant-based or mainly raw organic sample for 30 years. What difference that would be? That would be like a 90% reduction or something.
Yeah. Previously, lower levels of prostate-specific antigens, or PSAs, have been detected in plant-based eaters. High PSA levels have been identified as a marker of potential prostate cancer diagnosis. It's recommended that anyone over 45 with a prostate,
That's not you.
should regularly get their PSA
That's
levels
me.
checked.
I haven't had my PSA levels
You
checked.
should have them checked just for the fun of it.
Okay, all right.
So, can a diet cause prostate cancer? Red meat has previously been flagged as an antagonist for prostate enlargement.
Well, it's a known carcinogen. Red meat is a level 2 carcinogen. I think processed red meat is a group 1. So group 1 and 2 carcinogens there.
So it's been flagged as an antagonist for prostate enlargement alongside erectile dysfunction. Though there has been no definitive proof that meat and dairy causes prostate problems, a causal relationship is being investigated. As with other forms of cancer, processed, cured, and red meats have been identified as likely having an impact on prostate cancer risk. In a targeted study, cow's milk was shown to also have a potentially negative impact on prostate health. I already read an article about that.
Yeah, that was recent. Go back in our videos on our YouTube channel, aPlantBasedDiet.org, and you'll see it.
Yeah, the milk has like a 60% increased risk.
Yep.
Aside from animal products, sugar is considered to be a potentially harmful ingredient. Diets that are higher in sugar can lead to bodily inflammation, which in turn contributes to prostate enlargement.
Okay, let's clarify. They're talking about processed cane sugar, right? Which is basically sugar cane that has almost all the benefits removed, all the fibers removed, almost all the nutrition's removed. The only thing that's left is the sweetener part. They're not talking about whole food sweeteners, I don't think, like maple syrup or agave nectar or dates. And they're not talking about fruits that have sugar in them naturally. These are all different types, just like added salt, which is crushed rocks, is different from the sodium you find naturally in plants. These are two different things. Just make sure you're aware of that.
If you're looking out for your prostate, think about having a low sugar diet, minimizing carbohydrates, and sticking to good, clean, healthy foods, fresh fruits and vegetables, as well as nuts and whole grains, Dr. Brad Gill told Cleveland Clinic. When he says minimizing carbohydrates, I think he means
there's
complex carbs.
Yeah, there's a difference. There's an animal in there. If you're new to this, remember, complex carbs are different. Those are processed.
We like simple carbs. Those are the ones in fruits and vegetables.
Right. So carbs that occur naturally in fruits and vegetables as a whole plant, food is grown, is different, and your body recognizes them as different from a processed carbohydrate, processed food. It is, the body handles it in a different way. So they're almost like two different things.
The carbs in bread are complex carbs.
Processed food,
Similarly, plant-positive findings have already been found in connection to lowered risk of heart disease, diabetes, and other cancers, including colon and breast.
Yep, you've read articles on that too. We read one about breast cancer.
As well as being heralded as a potential weapon against various human health conditions, a plant-based diet is also key to avoiding climate catastrophe, research says. The latest Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, or the IPCC, report states that a move away from animal products is essential to slashing greenhouse gas emissions, and by proxy, reducing global warming. This is due to animal agriculture single-handedly contributing at least 14.5% of all greenhouse gas emissions.
It's because of the inefficiencies involved in animal agriculture. When you cut out animal agriculture, you're cutting out the middle person. That it's just huge amounts of land and water use. And there are some exceptions in the plant world, but we know that. But we're talking about animal agriculture in general. And if you know of any water-intensive plants, just don't eat them. Simple as that.
Yeah. So it talks about the environment for a couple more paragraphs. And
we're losing our daylight here. Where's our vitamin D? It's going away.
I'll read the last two paragraphs.
Okay.
A shift to diets with a higher share of plant-based protein in regions with excess consumption of calories and animal-sourced food can lead to a substantial reduction in emissions while also providing health benefits, the report reads. Plant-based diets can reduce emissions by up to 50% compared to the average emission-intensive Western diet.
Emissions.
Yeah, emission intensive.
Is it talking about cow farts? Are they talking about pollution from internal combustion engines needed? I don't know.
I think the latter. IPCC expert reviewer Dr. Peter Carter has doubled down on the assertion multiple times since the report's release in February this year. He stated that global veganization is now a survival imperative, while supporting UN demands for a drastic reduction in methane emissions.
So it is methane. Okay, it's emissions, yeah. I mean, the cow farts are a real thing, okay? Yeah. You've got all these people complain about overpopulation in the world. I mean, the people who complain about overpopulation should also be concerned about the animal agriculture overpopulation. There's no need for any of that. Yeah. I mean, for real. It's funny because people who laugh at the cow farts thing are the ones who think that either there's no overpopulation issue with people, and there may not be in the future, but there is right now. But there definitely is with animals. And the whole animal agriculture thing is optional. It's not required. And not only is it not required, but as we're reading, there's massive benefits from not having it.
There's no reason for
humans
to consume animals in
yeah.
case you haven't heard the news.
Yeah, and we're talking about health optimization here when we review and comment on the plant-based news. So I would love to see some long-term studies on people that did the diet to the best of their ability from a health optimization standpoint for 27 years and see what the reductions are there, because I think they'll be massive. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on all this stuff. Anything else you want to say?
Nope. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for joining us on our daily purposeful walk. We're going to the grocery store, pick up some more produce, and make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.